figures. I wasn't really into action figures back then, but I got the video game for Christmas, 1995. I got Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the Fighting Edition for Super NES.
Y'all play the movie one, the movie time, the beat 'em up one?
Nah,
Like Final
I
Fight.
barely played the games. I had a lot of like the just like the toys and stuff, and then watching the shows. I'm trying to like actually like the morph is like stuck in my backpack.
If I may, quick show of hands, who was here in 1993 for the first episode?
Yo,
Was that?
Who was not born?
All right, who was not there for the first episode in 1993? Raise your hand.
So I was alive, I just
That's the beauty of the franchise. It's like there are people like me, like all of us, like we watched it day one in '93, and there are people that watched it during the Disney era, like Ninja Storm. There were people that was their first Power Rangers,
Yes.
and which is the reason why like Dino Thunder, when they did that kind of flashback to the previous seasons, people were like, oh, there were other seasons, you know, that had continuity, and then for some others, it's, as people dubbed it in fandom, the Neo Spawn era when
Yeah.
you bought it back. That's their first, like, you know, Samurai, you know, Megaforce and all that, and then even now with Dino Fury.
Cosmic.
Yeah,
Cosmic
Cosmic Fury is coming out, and there are little kids that's their first. So it's progression.
Let me tell you, you know what time it is when a little, like, maybe 3-year-old girl looks at you in full cosplay and asks you, excuse me, sir, what Power Ranger are you? That made me feel old.
hot take. The Disney era was the best era.
I would venture to say that was probably the one time, like, if you were at the panel yesterday when I was doing proof, I was moderating with Nikia Reese and Karen Ashley, they talked about how, like, cheap, you know, Power Rangers was during the Disney era, because Disney, they really used Power Rangers as a placeholder because they wanted it for boys and didn't realize boys and girls like buy the toys. Like they watched the show and Disney really couldn't, for whatever reason, the higher ups couldn't confound that, and they just threw money at Power Rangers all the way up to RPM, and then they were like, hold on, whoa, how much money are we throwing at this franchise? And they cut it immediately. So I mean, that's what happens when you actually. That's. No, but that's what happens when you have like a company that actually cares and they just throw money at it because they really honestly didn't know. So I mean, that's not really a hot take. It's just you can see the production.
Somebody was disagreeing. There ain't no money like Disney money. Because what? From the original, we got Mighty Morphin, which was, you know, the start. It's phenomenal. Zeo, it was straight. It was cool. Turbo, let's be real here. That first half of Turbo was trash. Because even the actors and actresses did not care. That's why they left. And then, you know, when the new cast came in with Selwyn Ward and them, you know, the first black video, it got better. And then another hot take. Actually, shouldn't even be a hot take. Space is definitely the best season of Power Rangers. Alright? No bias.
I don't know, man. I would venture to say. I would venture to say, for me personally, Lightspeed Rescue was.
Lightspeed's good.
Only reason why I say Lightspeed because I always was like, what happens if you let the military get like Power Ranger tech?
No, I feel you.
And it worked. Like that's exactly what it would be. It would be like very just organized, and they look. Carter Grayson to me is like top tier Red Ranger. That dude was shoot first, ask questions later. Like I meant to clip it where he shoots old boy and was like, hey, go ahead, shoot me. All right, bam, shots him. And I was like, all right, well, hey.
I mean, I feel you know, but like.
I mean, I get in space. I get it.
Homies went to space, and if you remember that final season, it was the ultimate sacrifice. I mean, I'm heading to what we're gonna show later, but like, nothing. It's literally like it wraps up the entire beginning to the end. That whole Zordon era ends in space. Like you see, it kind of includes Turbo. Like you finally see the Power Rangers actually lose. The season or the series ends with the Power Rangers actually defeated. The command center is destroyed. Yeah,
like,
the command center is destroyed
permanently. It ain't coming
Justin's
back.
getting left behind. Honestly, they're just like, screw you, Justin. Because I guess it was getting bad rates because of Justin anyways. But they left Justin behind, and then they went to space. The only thing I didn't care for was they demoted my man Selwyn Ward to the Blue Ranger. But
You Loki still a leader.
he was still, like I said, he was still a leader of like I went to one of his panels. He was like, I look at it as, and I'm quoting, as I was the leader of the Earth Rangers. Andros was just the leader of the the space thing. 'Cause he's familiar with the
He was
area.
second in command on the ship.
He was second in command, yeah. So like all of that in space, the story with mind you, this is spoilers, so mind you, this show's like 20 plus years old at this point. With the whole astronomer and Andros story, the whole Silver Ranger, and of course the baddest villains of all the Power Rangers, the Psycho Rangers.
Yeah, I mean, I will say this, for in space, I would venture to say, as much as I like Green People, I felt the whole Psycho Ranger arc was a bit better because I mean, with Tommy, it was like, all right, redemption, like, that was, which is fine. I get it, because he's popular, right? But the Psycho Rangers is like, they were evil, like, top to bottom. There was no redemption at all.
The only thing you can do is kill him.
Yeah, that's all you can really kill them. And it's like they had to actually think through how to fight them.
Right.
Because it's like, oh, they can just, because I mean, even with TJ, he came up with like, paint all of us blue.
Paint it blue, yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
My man's. And then, because they so bad, they came back with the crossover, the pink one did.
Yeah.
And
Kill
then-
the Ranger.
and
Kill the
a Power Ranger actually died.
That was a pretty shocking thing to see.
Yeah. And the kids show, right?
But you're right about Turbo because, like, imagine you're watching Power Rangers. Power Rangers used to have a break. They had like all the way through fall, through spring, and then they have a break a little bit during the summer, and then they pick back up in August for the rest of the season. So imagine it's like October, and you're watching the final. Oh, imagine you're like October, final episode of Turbo. Boom, they ended off with, they're going up in space, and that's it. So you're left for like 6 months of wondering what they're going to go next. And there's no internet. You don't know what's going to happen next. So you're just left with like, so is Power Rangers done? Like, what's going on? Because we knew at that point Turbo wasn't really well received, like, at all. So.
Check the toy sales. That's how you know if the season's doing well in toy sales.
I mean, the toy sales are consistent. Like,
Yeah, but
the season could be just trash and they still like sell.
they ain't so like Mighty Morphin now.
Zeo was the best season for me.
I can see that.
I can see it.
that.
It was dark.
Yeah, it was.
It was very dark.
Well, because for me, I just feel like there should be a progression. You know what I mean? And the way I see Power Rangers is, from my Morphin Power Rangers, it was going up, and Turbo went down, and then there was a second peak in space, but it wasn't as high as Zeo for me. And I will also say that, I mean, we had 50 episodes in Zeo. That's actually the most for any season after Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. If you look at the episode list for all the other seasons, they were all less than 50. We had a full 50 episode season, and they won at the end of their season. And it was so satisfying because, like you said, at the end of Turbo, the Rangers lost. They also lost at the end of MMPR. The command center got blown up. So it was so satisfying to see them actually win after all of that struggle from the previous season and whatnot. And that was the only time the Rangers actually grew. They didn't call their Zords, they grew and actually kicked and punched the Machine Empire apart.
You didn't question how they grew. It was just like, all right, let's roll with it. Just go with it.
Yeah, Gold Ranger did it.
They decided, hey, the monsters grow all the time. Why not us?
Yeah, I mean, and then, like you said, 50 episodes. I mean, because in Super Sentai, that's standard. 50 episodes. Sometimes you get 51 if you're lucky, but 50 is standard, and it just every season it'll grow from like 40 episodes. I think Mr. Force had 35.
Something like that.
At 35. Disney era was a
they
little
kept
weird because they go
yeah.
up and down on how much episodes and stuff. And then Nickelodeon, I hate that era only because there is zero reason to split everything in like Netflix where it's like part 1, season 1. I'm like, that's not season 1, that's just the first All right, I got you. Like, but anyways, greatest moments.
So we got some clips and stuff. Whole time I ain't never we introduced ourselves.
Yeah.
We just
We should tell that.
By the way, my name's Philip. Also known as the Black Jedi on Instagram. I cosplay the Black Ranger, Blue in Space, Red Dino Charge, and also Red Gokaiger because I don't claim Super Mecha Force.
I don't hate it, but it's bad.
It's kind of mid, not gonna lie.
You're nice. My name is Chris, aka CJ. Not really big cosplayer, but I started with Beast Morphers Red like around I think the third. Yeah, it was right after the pandemic, so 2021. I came as Red Beast Morphers Red, and that kind of like it's like all right, I guess I'll start sort of cosplaying as a Power Ranger. I do a show, Three Black Geeks. Also do a side show more for Medicast, talking about Power Rangers and everything Toku related. So yeah.
I'm Winton. I'm Little Science Guy on Instagram and YouTube. LSG Media is my media outlet, live streaming right now on Little Science Guy YouTube. You can check it out. I cosplay, as you can see, Blue, MMPR, and Blue Zeo. I've been cosplaying now for, I lost track of time, 8 years now.
Don't you do like side, like fan films? Or I'm tripping.
I have done a few skits here and there.
Oh yeah.
They've been kind of notorious now.
He's playing it down. I think the first time I saw him, before I actually met him in person, it was a video of him walking in California. I don't know where it was, but homie got ran up on by Bloods. And then he morphs into the Blue Ranger and they run away.
It's surreal as hell. When I saw it, I was like, you know what? That's actually pretty good. Like I can't even really knock it. It's like, all right.
Because the whole time he was walking around the street looking like a Crip.
Yeah.
So he had the blue plaited, the blue jeans, and some Timbs on.
That was a skit I did with Watomi Kwan before he was on Wild 'N Out.
Oh wow.
Yeah. That whole idea was my best friend's idea. That wasn't my idea. And I thought about it, I was like, that's actually a good idea. And I asked my other best friend, I was like, who could we get to do that? And he said, why don't you ask Watomi Kwan? I was like, I don't know him. He said, just email him. Doesn't hurt to try. I emailed him and he emailed me back in 20 minutes. And he said, that sounds hilarious. And he invited me over to his house. We actually shot that in front of his house.
Wow.
He let me change and everything in his house, introduced me to his brothers. He said, y'all are family now. Yeah, and we did like 2 other skits with him for his channel as well. We did one that day and 2 more a few months later. But yeah, he was hella cool.
Wow.
That was a lot of fun to shoot.
We should have included that in the best moments.
Yeah. We could have.
But we got some clips and like best
Some
moments
you've
over
seen,
the year.
some you never seen.
Probably remember.
Wait,
Alright, so this first one, of course, is the beginning of the Green Ranger arc. Not necessarily the beginning, because you met Tommy at this point, but like this is the whole like whatever voodoo ritual that was going on here that turned him into the Green Ranger.
Oh, chestnuts and headbutt! Arise, my Green Ranger!
Notice he looks like an Asian man.
That's awesome.
that's Bond editing.
How can I serve my Empress?
As a ranger, you can now enter the command center. There you'll disable Zordon and then destroy the Power Rangers. Jason, the Red Ranger. Zack, the Black Ranger. Kimberly, the Pink Ranger. Billy, the Blue Ranger. And Trini, the Yellow Ranger. Now, prepare to receive the 6th Power Coin and become my Green Ranger! But Zordon, I might lose out.
Would you please take this opportunity to recharge while I place myself into a meditative state?
Yes, Zordon. You're right, of course. And now, morph into the Green Ranger!
To the fall of Zordon and the destruction of the Power Rangers!
You know what to do.
Your wish is my command, Empress.
Alert! Hostile takeover!
Sweet dreams, Timmy.
How is it possible that you are here? Only one who has a power coin may enter this fortress undetected.
Yes, I have the coin and the power, and there's nothing you can do to stop me.
So Rita has finally chosen someone to give it to.
Right, Zordon. I am her Green Ranger, and she is my queen.
Tommy, she has you under an evil spell. Let me help. I can save you.
Worry about saving yourself, old man.
No! What you're doing? Oh, I'm losing power. Losing my head. Losing contact with your dimension. Tommy.
It is done, my Empress. Zordon has been eliminated, and the Power Rangers are next. So long, Zordon. My work here is done.
And then for 6 episodes straight, he just beats up on the Power Rangers. I don't know if you remember this one. My man, like, there's this one skit video, dude did like a voiceover of the thing where he's like, boom, clear the whole Zord, hop in, bang. I would play it, but you know, it's not the most like, you know, safe for work type thing, but.
I mean, the funniest one was like, I think, yeah, the 5th, part 5 of Green with Evil, where Jason is talking inside the Megazord, like, Tommy, you gotta, you know, blah, blah, blah. And then you just see the Dragozord, no way. I'm like, hi, man, like, cool. Like, y'all didn't really get that. Which, I mean, if you watch Jew Ranger, it's literally both Zords, like, talking to each other.
Yeah, they're like sentient. Like,
Yeah, they're like sentient beings and stuff, but I guess they're like, yeah, I don't think kids are gonna understand that aspect of it, so.
How would a kid understand a giant robot sentient? Transformers.
That's true.
Yeah, true.
Same around, yeah. And but yeah, like 6 whole episodes, and then all of a sudden he loses his power because the candle burns out. Also, takeaway: Alpha is supposed to be a high-tech robot, whatever, and homie got clapped up by a
CD. Put the CD in the back, rip the plug out.
But of course, you know, Green Ranger had to come to an end because they ran out of stock footage from Japan.
They made some.
It did make some. That's why you can tell the difference between like the Sentai when it's like actual hard shell, and then the little foam. Yeah.
Which I will always be baffled, like, because if you watch Power Rangers, like that whole production, they literally used the suits from Japan, like come over here. So I'm like, why didn't you use the hard shield? I don't know.
Notoriously cheap.
True, but I mean, but you're already cheaping out by literally bringing the suit, so it's just kind of weird you didn't bring the. I mean, they rectified it once down from the.
But they were going to pay for the extra footage at the end.
True, I mean that was a Toei Saban deal. That was like, hey, can you make some new footage? And Toei was like, cool, more toys, go for it. You know, because I mean, there was like, wasn't there like new monsters that they made?
Yeah.
It was,
So like I said, you know, Green Ranger disappears. Of course, we need. Well, before the kids are riding in the streets and kids refuse to go to school because the Green Ranger was gone, Saban was like, yo, we gotta fix this. So of course, the next thing we have, big moment, is the reveal of the White Ranger.
which they tried so hard to like make that a mystery, and I'm like, come on, dog.
Like, who else?
Like at one point there was this kid. What was the guy's name that Trini was like? It was like Richie. They were like, maybe it could be Richie, and then it was like, all right, we'll see. And then I was like, of course, Tommy, because they literally pointed out like Tommy's coming back to Angel Grove. And I'm like, yeah, he's White Ranger.
Welcome, Power Rangers. This promises to be a momentous occasion. You are about to meet the newest member of your team. As you are aware, the Green Ranger's power was completely decimated by his last few battles. Alpha and I felt it was time to create an even more powerful Ranger to combat Lord Zed and his diabolical evil. To that end, a candidate was selected, and a new Power Ranger was created. And now, my friends, I present to you the White Ranger.
Homie descended like Jesus Christ.
Welcome, White Ranger. The time has come to reveal your identity.
back.
I don't believe it. Oh, man. Who's gonna be?
Zordon doesn't laugh too often. That was very much.
Especially.
Speaking of cameraman. It's time to wake up.
I don't believe it. I must be dreaming. Is it really you?
In the flesh.
That was the highest rated episode for the show for a very long time.
Get out of here.
Yeah, even into Turbo, because Fox was really proud of that. They would re-air the episode, and they actually would say the most popular episode or highest rated episode in Ranger history.
Power Rangers was like their golden
Yeah.
goose. Like, it literally was. I mean, they had other shows too, obviously, that was making it. But Power Rangers was like, yo, this is us. This is money. It's like really doing that.
Speaking of money, toy sales. And I think this next clip actually kind of correlates into more so current toy sales with the power weapons. I know you all are familiar with the Red Ranger's Power Sword being recreated and put out for sale. I'm still waiting for them to do the rest of them.
I think it is supposed to.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be allegedly supposed to.
Yeah, you know, we got
finish it off.
the Dragon Dagger is one of them. You know, of course, we got the
Blade Blast.
the Blade Blasters also, but I'm still waiting for my Power Axe. I got this foam joint, but I want a die cast one like the Power Sword.
Like the Lightning Collection one.
Yeah.
This is the Lightning Collection one. This is kind of like lighter because the one that Bandai made, I have that one. Trust me, it's really good, but it's very heavy.
It's a
So
bird.
this one is a little. This is actually lighter.
I get the weapon part, but how did they actually think that kids would try to use it as a flute?
Oh,
That
Imagination.
synthesizer sound.
that's all it takes is imagination. Thank you.
Yeah, but this was definitely this episode here was like crazy just the way they introduced it because they literally like I think they reused like 2 episodes and they just merged it into one episode.
It was about saving time and editing. You know?
They edited the hell out of this episode.
Hey, what's going on here?
Your questions will be answered in due time. Your swords have been returned to their hiding places, and I will now reveal to you new powers and weapons. Behold! Billy, this is your power lance, a weapon of great power and range. Kimberly, behold your power bow, accurate and strong. Jason, this is your power sword, key to all the weapon's powers. Zachary, behold the power axe, lightning quick and hard as diamond. Trini, your power daggers are feather light and true as arrows. Use these weapons together and you will be unstoppable.
That Minotaur's history. Here's the plan. Corner the Minotaur and give him a taste of our weapon. If that doesn't work, then bring him
I
together.
know, I'm just laughing. It was like, all right, we gotta really save time. We
All right, Minotaur, you're gonna die.
Got that right.
see the weapons transform.
You're finished. Where did you go back when you came from?
Money.
Freedom.
Rangers, the time is right to bring these weapons together. Your team must act together as one.
Get your do it.
Power axe.
That reminds me, Bandai, like they had, like the toys at the time were like very small compared to these.
Power sword. I don't know what it does.
I mean, look, I think kids are very lucky to be able to get like actual
Actual size,
live, real life size roleplay
Yeah.
toys. Because like I said, they gave us like the small,
Yeah.
like ones that's like for like a toddler. I'm like, it's supposed to be for kids. Was it 7? Was it 5 to 10 or whatever?
5 to 10,
Yeah, 5 to
yeah.
10. I'm like, no 10-year-old is.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure like the newer ones, they say you gotta be like 13 or 15 plus to like buy
The
or
power
play
sword
with it.
itself is like.
It's life size, yeah. That's what I'm saying. I don't need that power axe because like yeah, mine doesn't have the gun action where I can just come out there.
Hey, look, the gun action alone is worth the price of admission. I'm saying.
I'm waiting.
Hey, that's
I'm
on
waiting.
me. That's on me.
Yeah.
So Zio.
Yeah.
So Zio happened. They did the same thing they did with the White Ranger, where they were really trying. Which this one, I would say, in this one, this was actually genuine surprise because if you
Yeah.
know all the behind the scenes going on to Power Rangers at the time, it caught everybody off guard. So we were thinking, all right, well, Billy's gonna be the Gold Ranger, and then it goes the way it goes and stuff, and it was like shocking. Like even at that time, like I said, no internet, so nothing got spoiled.
Yeah.
Even even the chat rooms weren't even on all this.
Right.
Yeah, it was an excellent reveal.
Oh yeah, it was. Even with them wearing the do-rag.
Ready to receive the power of the Gold Ranger.
I am
Do-rag.
truly honored.
Gift of power, take flight. Billy, the golden power staff is now yours. Billy, what happened? Did you transfer powers already?
I'm afraid I've got some bad news, guys. The power of the Gold Ranger can't be infused into me.
But why? I don't get it.
Well, I ran a biomolecular scan on myself. Do you remember when the command center blew up? Well, when that happened, I absorbed an extremely high dosage of negative proton molecules, which resist the gold power. It's sort of like when you put two magnets against each other. Look, I'm really sorry, guys.
Come on, man. I mean, don't blame yourself. You just have to figure out what to do. I'm afraid time is running out, Rangers. If we do not hurry, the golden power will be lost forever. So, I think I know someone else who can do the job.
Then you must bring him here immediately.
Prepare for the transfer of the golden power.
Still wearing the do-rag.
I'm ready, guys. Man, I don't believe this.
Power Rangers, you must intercept King Mondo's new silo.
Go ahead. I'll be there as soon as I can, bro.
I, Tray of Courage, give forth the spirit and fortitude the golden power possesses. And I, Tray of Heart, embrace you, Jason of Earth, with the kindness and empathy the power holds. And I, Tray of Wisdom, place in your hands the knowledge and experience of my people of Triforia. Use it well. Yeah, I can feel it. You now possess the power, drawn from all three of my essences. May they aid and protect you in the future.
Thank you for trusting me with it.
Now, Jason, your friends could use your help.
Right. It's been a long time, but back to action!
Yeah, I want to say that ever since Billy said that he absorbed a high dosage of negative proton molecules, I always thought that was really dangerous. Like, shouldn't that make you sick? You know?
I mean, the fact that the writers just crafted that out of the blue, like, yeah, kids ain't gonna just yada yada yada.
That's like, it sounds like lead poisoning or something. Like he should be poisoned.
It's not like we as kids were stupid. It's just like if you try to write that now, kids gonna be like, really? The molecular? Like, I take science class. Like, what's going on here? Like, so, but I mean, like I said, it's the nature of writing a kid show. It just works. Yeah, you just roll with the punches. TJ,
Yeah.
big moment,
Huge.
huge moment. First Black Red Ranger leader.
Still one of my favorite Rangers to this day.
I mean, as of what was it? TJ, Jack, what's his face from RPM? Scott from RPM.
Donald Fury.
Oh, Beast Morphers.
And then
his name, and then Donald Fury.
Yeah.
It was 5. Yeah, 5 total. 6. You know what? I'm gonna say honorary 6 because you know we got the first black like 6 Ranger and Donald Fury.
Oh, that's true.
Oh yeah.
So I counted 6. Like me and Prime, we had a joke like, hold on, we're getting a lot of black folks in Donald Fury. Like what's the downside to this? Because it's too good to be true. You know, so we'll see what happens in Cosmic Fury. But yeah, TJ. I didn't even know this was actually.
Some 90s music.
Like 90s music.
There you go.
Then they demoted him to the Blue Ranger.
No, I would feel he was one of the more unorthodox
I'm
Rangers.
still salty about it.
Look, I get it. I get it. I totally understand. Look, he was one of the more
Justice was so
unorthodox. He was the most unorthodox like leader of Power Rangers. Like there was never like you never felt like, oh, he was trying to be very super special. It's like, nah, he'll just figure it out as it goes.
That was the craziest line of all Power Rangers. If y'all remember it. When they was fighting the pizza monster.
Yeah, I know what you're gonna say. Yeah.
When he came here and said, we're here to toss your salad.
And Carlos with the hands on the side, like that's it,
Confidently take
Bro,
that.
that's still the craziest line of
Full chest too.
Look, you know what? I feel the reason why the second half of Turbo worked so well is because they embraced everything from Car Ranger in that second half. They were like, all right, we're gonna give you a pizza monster. They're gonna get baked into a giant microwave, and you're just gonna deal with it. That's just how it is. And the Blue Centurion literally stops the cars by virtue of a stop sign, and that makes them from like evil cars to good cars. I'm like, all right, fine, it's Power Rangers. Let's go. It
Yeah,
works.
some of what you saw you can blame on the Sentai. So Turbo gets a lot of flack for the way it is. Some of it is writing, but some of it is the fact that they had to use the footage from the Sentai. And I was having this discussion with someone downstairs yesterday that for the first black leader of Power Rangers, they gave him a losing season. He lost the Zords, he lost the Command Center, and their powers all in one season at the end. But in the Sentai, they actually did lose their Zords. Both of the Megazords blew up because that monster was so powerful. In Turbo, he threw all the weapons into his mouth to blow him up, right?
Yeah.
In the Sentai, they threw spicy food into his mouth, and that killed him.
Yeah, that whole Turbo rollout was definitely weird. It's definitely one of the more, like, if you were used to the other seasons of Power Rangers, Turbo and even Car Ranger, it was definitely a jarring experience.
Yeah.
So either you stuck with it or, hey, look, I totally understand if you stepped away from Power Rangers at that point. 'Cause it's like,
I think a lot of people did too.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, ratings. Toy sales are good. I mean, again, their toy sales are going to stay consistent because kids are going to buy toys, but that was there. But to what you were saying earlier, the Cycle Rangers, this was definitely like.
So we in the best season now.
Look. Pardon language, but Cycle Rangers put boots to ass.
They were menaces.
Just straight murdered them.
We're not Power Rangers. Who are you then? You'll find out soon enough. We're the Psycho Rangers. We're faster than you, smarter than you.
Stronger than you. But we're evil.
I
Power Ranger can do. Bring it on!
Where'd they go? It's like they just disappeared.
It's them!
Were you expecting Santa Claus, maybe?
Did you ever think you could fool us with that old trick? You're pathetic. That's enough. We're coming through. You haven't got a chance against us. We'll see about that.
The battle drops.
This is probably the first time when I was watching Power Rangers. I was like, you know, Tommy by himself was bad. You got like 5 of these ones now. Like, how do you beat them?
That's what I'm saying. It's like, yo, pick any one of them and they can just wash everybody. It's like, nah.
You know every move you do, and they're stronger than you. Like, it's like how you beat it. Like,
Out of all the seasons I've watched, I don't think I've ever seen the Power Rangers get hit that hard.
Oh, nah. I mean, even, like I said, even with Tommy doing what he did, it was like, all right, light work, cool, but this was like, oh, they really got worked.
They might die.
Like Tommy's like, all right, he'll let you go.
Honestly,
like, all right.
they probably would have been killed if they didn't leave.
I think that's probably why they added that MacGuffin of like, oh, Astronema is using Dark Spectrum's powers for them. That was the only way to like really do that whole thing. Because otherwise, they could just run wild. Which in and of itself, the Boom comics kind of expanded on that whole thing of like them running wild and have actual monster forms.
Yeah.
So probably one of the more fully realized like Evil Rangers, because I wasn't really a fan of Zed's Dark Rangers.
Oh yeah.
Talk about cheaping out. They really was like, all right, we're gonna give you these, you know, Party City suits.
Evil Power Rangers on Wish.
Yeah, it was Wish Power Rangers. Like if you ever go online and just look up Zed Dark Rangers and look at it, you're gonna die laughing.
It's team move.
Yeah, it really was.
Is that the same episode that there's duct tape on his staff?
Yo.
They were on the budget.
I mean, it was like, all right, the staff broke, get some duct tape. Just go track auto and get some duct tape.
Keep in mind, they were making billions of dollars on a shoestring budget. So, I mean, they didn't make all that money by writing a lot of checks. Disney are top tier.
I told you.
I mean,
just money. I know you want to debate it, but it's like there's no money like Disney money.
The mouse brought back Jenny F. That season. The mouse brought back Jenny F. The mouse gets what it wants. This is like the end of Turbo, in space, where they just reveal themselves in front of the public, and they never really answered that. They just transform in front of the general public, and nobody said anything. And I'm like, all right, like cool. But it's a great moment though.
Power Rangers.
They said they do.
Cowards! You would sacrifice this whole planet. I'll ask one last time. Where are the Rangers?
destruction of Earth!
Wait! I am the Blue Ranger. I'm the Black Ranger. I am the Ranger.
You can call me the Pink Ranger!
I'm the Silver Ranger.
And I'm the Yellow Ranger! I'm a Ranger too!
Me too. I'm a Ranger. I'm a Ranger.
They're human spirits.
I can't believe this. Fine then. Destroy them all!
Oh shit.
And the production value of the season is pretty high. They had enough to have like a lot of people dressed up as like the grunts.
Are the Power Rangers.
Watch both those.
Ready? Let's rock it.
Silver! Black! Pink!
Blue.
Yellow!
You've gone too far, astronomer. All right, Rangers, come here. Are you ready, guys? Right. Let's do it.
Let's get back to the ship. I know where they shot this. This is downtown Los Angeles. Yeah, I know exactly what that is.
Come on, let's get in there. Who's with me?
Both was ready to throw hands.
Yeah, we were just talking about the filming location. This before they went to New Zealand, most of like the urban shots, like with high rises, were shot in downtown Los Angeles, and a lot of scenes were shot at the courtyard of the Children's Museum in downtown. It's like in between City Hall and the Federal Building, and I know because my sister works across. She used to work across the street at the Federal Building.
Yeah, that's on top of the sound stages too.
Yeah.
They had tons of sound stages
Yeah.
and stuff that they did. So yeah, it's definitely one of the biggest things. Zordon getting killed, that was nobody saw that coming because it was like, all right,
It's the end of the era.
it's the end of the era.
That's how you knew it was over. They revealed themselves as Zordon died, and we all just knew it was done.
It's like Andros destroyed my tube.
It's pretty much like this is it for the Power Rangers. If this,
Yeah.
It was like if this season doesn't do well, this is
Yeah,
it.
well, they did the season thinking that it was because this was like the last
It's the
season.
most money this season had.
They were going to produce because the ratings were so bad in Turbo. They gave this everything they had because they really thought this was going to be the last season, but this season saved the franchise.
Yeah, and then like Fox was like, hey, you got any more Power Rangers?
Yeah.
And then Lost
Sure,
Galaxy came
we'll give you Lost
Yeah.
Galaxy, fine. We'll
Yeah.
just reuse all the Starship
Surprise,
Trooper
surprise,
assets.
Lost Galaxy.
Yeah, they literally
Space colony.
They literally reused all the Starship Troopers assets, like all the suits from that movie into that show. It was kind of crazy.
You can stop it from happening.
How? Tell me.
Shatter my energy tube.
No.
Only the good energy from my tube can destroy
Good
the
energy.
forces of evil.
Good energy.
But Zordon, what's going to happen to you?
I will be gone, but my spirit will forever live in all that is good.
No, Zordon. We'll keep fighting. There's got to be another way.
There is no other way.
Goodbye again, old friend. Zordon, no! You ask too much. I can't do it. I won't destroy you.
Andros, listen to me. It is your duty as a Power Ranger to save the universe. Now is the time.
This is kind of weird in a way. I was like, alright.
That was payback for destroying the power chamber.
We like you, Algard.
Elgar was low key like the funniest, like second in command villain. Entertaining to watch, but you know, little annoying.
Yeah, right there was the end of an era. Zordon's gone. Even though if you watch the most recent 30th anniversary special, they hinted to possibly revisiting the whole going into space thing and maybe finding Zordon's essence because it's scattered, floating around. Because you saw how Rita came back, the evil essence came back. So.
The evilness was there and somehow put into poor Alpha.
Yeah.
I think one of the surprising aspects for this next one was like Forever Red because there was zero like fanfare. There was like the build up for it. There was no like big commercial rollout for it. It was just a next time on Wild Force, and that was it. So the fact that they were able to surprise everybody with this was like shocking, especially for like 30 minutes. They were able to do like a big anniversary episode. Now, you know, it's probably one of the better, actually, top easily.
That's one thing I will give Disney kudos for because they produced that.
Did they produce that one?
That
was the second half of Wild Force, right?
Disney had Wild Force entirely.
I thought it was like Saban and then Disney the second half of it.
Time Force was the last Saban produced show. Disney got Wild Force entirely. It's just the first half of the season was aired on Fox, and the second half was aired on ABC.
Oh wow! I know Disney when they got it, they wanted to go to New Zealand, so I didn't know.
Yeah, that was the last season shot in LA, and then after that they went to New Zealand for Ninja Storm.
Okay, that makes sense why they were able to get everybody back. Yeah, Forever Red is, like I said, for 30 minutes, they literally hit everything. You're like, okay,
It was really fighting against the Beetleborgs.
Oh yeah. If we're gonna reuse suits, you gotta reuse the suits from a show.
Just fan service all through the episode.
I mean, Beetleborgs low key is actually not bad. I enjoyed it,
It was good to see those suits again.
Oh yeah, peep the fact that the character that plays Leo, he actually had to come in on the green screen on a single shot that actually showed his morph separate from everybody. You notice it?
The actor that plays Leo is a lawyer.
Oh yeah, he's a full lawyer.
Let's rock it! Red Space Ranger! Go! Black! Go! Black! Fleet speed! Rescue! Red Lightspeed Ranger! Yeah! Time for more! Time for more!
I know, it's like back to back to no episodes.
Let's do it!
I feel bad for the Alien Rangers because they only really got like that mini series for like
10 episodes.
I will put it this way, I will say this, if you get a chance to watch Cocker Ranger, watch on Shout Factory TV, great series if you're really interested in those suits. It's very ninja themed, basically kind of like season 3 of MMPR, so it's actually really great. Okay, I gotta point this out here. Okay, so we talked about like mentioning Super Mega Force being mid, right?
Oh, yeah,
So
that's-
one of the reasons why it's infamous because there is zero. Okay, so Super Megaforce is based off of Gokaiger. Gokaiger was the anniversary season for Super Sentai, and the basic premise was it was pirate themed, but they can transform to previous seasons. So Megaforce, being the anniversary season, you thought they were going to do the same thing. Didn't. They just used whatever clips they had. If you ever seen the episode, they had the Die Ranger suits.
Oh yeah.
And they just transformed it with no explanation. It's just like, here's a new power. That's it.
The Power Ranger series you'll never get.
Yeah, it's like, all right, here's the suits, and there's no explanation. But if you watch Gokaiger, there's so many clips that they could have used for that.
Gosei said you now have access to powers to Rangers never seen before on Earth. That was the explanation for that.
It's the most laziest. Because I have to put this picture out here. There is zero. Look at this. The only one that's recognizable is obviously MMPR Red, but the other four, you will be like, where are they from? What, did they just make this up for the show? No, they literally just said.
I was watching this as a kid, this was around 2013. I was in high school, and I'm thinking to myself, what Sentai is this?
Exactly, no explanation. It's just like, you would never know. So unless you were watching Super Sentai, you would never know what these characters are. You just think, okay, they just must have made this up for the show.
You know what, Brawler? That was American produced. Like they really
that was American produced. They took those
Sentai
suits from, what was it? Was it Bioman?
Yo.
Is it Flashman, Changeman, Maskman, and Five Man?
Yeah, 5-Man. Yeah, they literally just said, all right, we'll just use those
They
suits.
used that, but they didn't use Bosco.
Thank you.
I still can't figure that out.
Thank
The best villain ever.
They did a lot of circumventing for that, but probably the biggest one that appealed to everybody, because I knew people that never watched Power Rangers. It was pretty much the legendary battle. That was the one that got everybody losing their mind. Like, hold on, there's a bunch of Power Rangers. I didn't know, and that kind of spurred on everybody getting interested in Power Rangers.
I just wanted a massive morph of everything. From Mighty Morphin to that point, and I was dangerously denied.
Yeah, that's the bomb was cheap.
Yeah, it's a budget.
That probably would have taken half the episode to do.
Oh yeah. Look, he already cheaped out on bringing back the old Rangers that season.
Yeah, it was a big episode of fate.
We'll give you a handful of returning cast. You ain't getting all this.
My man favorites.
No way. There's more?
This can't be happening.
How can we defeat an army this size?
Dramatic pose.
One more fight, guys.
Dramatic Troy.
This is it. Hey, guys. Look over there. What's going on?
I mean, I give credit to the actors. It wasn't their fault.
Yeah, they're actually really great people.
Oh yeah. I mean, they know that. I think that's the beauty of the internet is that
Real ones.
they know about people talking about the show. So they were like, yeah, we get it, but this is what we had, so we just worked with it.
Wow.
Mighty Morphin. And Zeo. Look, I see Turbo. Incredible.
Lost Galaxy.
Wild Force.
Lightspeed Rescue.
I always felt like Countdown to Destruction and the existing teams that were left at that time, the people that had their power should have all shown up together.
Okay, man, we're just gonna do this fast because we don't really have money.
Sweet morphing sequence right there.
They all did their statement. You got to see their individual.
But look who they brought back. If you look at who they brought back,
My
They
cousin
were trying to bring back the popular ones.
well, it was one of them.
That's
like
yeah.
the most recent one that was on
Seeing this shot right here, I know it's cool. They got everybody that could have put this. And they have the Titanium Rangers.
I know, right? What? That powerful. It's like a superhero. He's so tall and he talks like Carter.
Oh, Carter's there. Everybody. Oh, yep. It's like 6 foot, 6'2".
I've dreamt about this.
He looks like a real firefighter.
I mean, there's a couple of them that are actually legit EMTs anyway.
Yeah.
Hey, guys. Tommy.
Hey, when this popped up on Facebook, everybody lost their shit. Like, oh, Tommy's back.
Tommy's back, yep.
More tap out.
Legacy we left for you. Exactly. Just that promise.
This is the first time we saw him since
Donald
Daiichi. Yeah.
Ah, the honor's all ours. Why don't you take the lead?
Ready, guys? It's Morphin time! Go, go, Mega Force!
And the other problem I had with this was they had to explain why they didn't transform into their super mega mode, right?
Yeah.
And then they were like, oh, we don't have to now. We don't even have to.
We just gotta go fight Silver, and then we're just in the next one.
Right.
No, I have to get that one.
Ready, Rangers?
I mean, technically this was like a
Yeah.
You know, I never got y'all beat the big boss first, and now you worry about a henchman. Like, damn.
I didn't mention this. Okay, so Power Rangers has always had original Rangers. You know, Titanium Ranger being the first one.
Yes.
But this, I actually like this one. Jungle Fury, they had the Spirit Rangers, which wasn't in Ginky Ranger.
Yeah.
And this was actually probably one of the smartest like ways to actually do like original Rangers. Like the suits actually look really good. Like top. Again, Disney season, so they do look at it. Explosions and all.
That's what I need. Prince and power. With Yukon, the beast shall rule the world! Hey, what? Huh? That's not gonna happen. RJ! I've already beaten 4 Rangers. One more is no challenge. How's this for a challenge? Whoa! What? Oh! No way.
Johnny Toy was probably like, just like, oh my god, more toys.
Richie! Bring it on! With the strength of a tiger, Jungle Fury Red Ranger. With the stealth of a jaguar, Jungle Fury Blue Ranger.
With the speed of a cheetah, Jungle Fury Yellow Ranger.
With the courage of a wolf, Jungle Fury Wolf Ranger. With the power of a rhino, Jungle Fury Rhino Ranger. With the spirit of a bat, Jungle Fury Bat Ranger. With the spirit of a shark, Jungle Fury Shark Ranger.
I wanted more detail.
Jungle Fury Elephant Ranger.
That was weird how like some of them are like the cast, you know, like
And this still isn't the biggest Ranger team. That still goes to SPU easily.
I mean, yeah, I'm just.
Oh yeah, Donald Charge actually beats it out. I was like, Donald Charge beats it out, right?
If they ever
Wait, no, y'all ain't trying to do it because they got 9.
They get 10.
It's
10.
10.
It's an
Oh,
even 10.
shit.
If they ever adapt Q Ranger, it'd be that one.
Oh yeah, that one was like 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just up the ante on that.
Yeah.
So don't go into then you go into Kamen Rider territory. That's
That's a whole
that easily. These last 3, this is where it gets interesting. So so Tommy obviously moneymaker for Power Rangers easily. Like Bandai knows this. That's why they redo even the MMPR. They redo a lot of stuff in MMPR. So the biggest one was Super Ninja Steel. Not the best season. It's okay. It's not great, but it's serviceable. It does the job. Biggest one was definitely Tommy coming back, and he had like the whole Master Morpher thing. That game changer, easily. Like,
So basically, what they could do is remember these morphers that they sold. It's like, all right, we can just redo these morphers and put no point in it, and then you can just flip it out for whatever you want.
yeah, I was surprised. Like, there's literally like third-party people that made the coins.
Yeah.
Nobody has even decided. That's why. It's like money on the table. But I mean, I get it, but it's like this money on the table that they
Yeah.
really like
Yeah.
make off people. And,
Yeah.
and look, we're goobers enough to buy it because they're like, I need that coin. I need to add this to my collection, and they know people do it. That's the nature of the toy market.
Zeo Red Power.
The prop makers had that out that week.
Right? I know this choreography has been fun to do.
Yeah.
Fighting yourself is really a stunt double.
You may look like me, but unless you got a master morpher, black for over a decade. You're old,
Broken helmet
but I'm
sounds
a
right.
robot.
Don't
I'll
see.
never age. There are a lot of things that I can do that you can't. Like this. It's morphin' time! CO Ranger 5! Red! Your CO power can't defeat me! Tiger Sword! White Ranger power! No! Take your best shot! Dragon Sword! Green Ranger power! Time to finish you! Face it, you're just circuits and sensors.
No, it is like
Nothing like me. You have no heart.
Yeah, it was like I think the Down Thunder episode where Tommy was facing off against Ulysses, which I don't know whether it's purposely that they don't include him being like Turbo at one point, which I think is fine because I mean that is technically TJ's.
And he didn't morph in the turbo here either.
Yeah, which I think that was purpose. Yeah, that was purpose, which I think was great. But yeah, in the episode where Tommy is like literally fighting his different versions, the Green Ranger helmet, like this part here, it was silver instead of just plain green, and they just kept it in. It was an error in the art department, and they were like, just keep it in the show. Nobody's gonna know, and then everybody knew. It was like, all right, but we didn't care because it's like, all right, Tommy's back. He's fighting different Rangers. Cool.
Yeah, I think they call it Fighting Spirit.
Yeah, Fighting Spirit. Yeah, Fighting Spirit, which they put out. Didn't they put it out as a toy?
I believe so, yeah.
They put that as like Lightning Collection toys. Like, hey, Fighting Spirit.
Merchandise, cosplayers ate it up. You used to see it all the time until the Bat in the Sun version came out. It's like, we're gonna switch it up, gold on that.
Yeah, Bat in the Sun stuff. Look, if it's one of those things where you can kind of understand like the Tommy fanfare and everybody's like, oh man, Tommy again. Because I mean, this one here with Shattered Grid, like Dracon, that was actually a big deal because I would give Boom Comics this. They have done a good job of expanding the Power Ranger lore in comic book form.
Instead of making that 2017 movie, they should have made this into a movie.
They could have. I mean, look, 2017 movie is just what it is.
So it is. But
It's a Power Rangers movie that I feel is afraid to be a Power Rangers movie. Even though they had a good dramatic aspect to it, I love that. It's just that they leaned a little bit more on Power Rangers up front. It would have been really good. But the Dracon, Shattered Grid stuff was phenomenal.
Isn't the smallest chance of victory enough of a reason for us to keep on fighting? The world needs us, Rangers.
One day the great responsibility of being the Red Ranger will fall to you. Take the world from evil. Stand by your allies. Never run from the battle.
My mission is to bring you back.
Right!
Let's rock it!
Silver!
Black! Pink!
Blue!
Whatever we do, we have to do it together.
Power down!
Manfred was told you're the best he has ever had.
So we need to get powerful.
Destroy man!
Do we still have shields? Activate!
Ready!
So many Rangers. So much potential. Squandered for so long.
My lord, the generals are ready. They simply await your command.
What's important to me now is my friendship with all of you. I don't ever want that to change.
It won't, Tommy. You'll always be one of us.
It's time to set things right.
We will invade their worlds. We will tear down everything that might protect them. And then, when it's too late, when they're powerless and alone, they will realize the truth. They could have been gods.
I still don't know how they didn't expand upon that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's in the comics. The very, very good. It actually got me back into reading comics. Was the storyline. They should have just made that a movie. There's no way you made the comic and then created the actual suit, gave it to the guy to wear, gave him the long hair back with the scar and everything, CGI and everything. And it's like, nah, let's just do a commercial.
I'm just saying, if Disney wasn't so concerned in trying to get if they weren't so concerned in trying to get Marvel, because that's really what their power play was. It's like right around what I mentioned earlier with them having Power Rangers as a brand, they had it, and then as soon as they actually bought, Marvel, they were just like, all right, well, I guess we don't need Power Rangers anymore. And that was right around the time that RPM had started, and when they were kind of going through the whole phase of MCU starting out, I think one of the higher ups was like, hold on, we're spending how much on Power Rangers? And then that's when they had to go back to the second half of RPM and was like, yeah, go ahead and cut the budget down on RPM, because if you notice the second half of RPM, the budget went down considerably. To me, it didn't affect the quality, but you can tell the changes that was made behind the scenes on how they had to kind of develop that show in the second half.
So we got one final clip, and to me personally, of the newer seasons, this is the best team up. And if you've seen Go Busters before, it's the Dino Rangers coming back. So they did it in Beast Morphers.
We're gonna need to scale that clip.
At last, the Power Rangers have come to meet their end. At last, the Power Rangers have come to meet their end.
Voice like that.
So you're Goldar Maximus, huh? I hope you're a lot tougher than the last
He's still
one.
alive.
Oh, I am! And I brought an army too!
Army?
Oh, John says
That's not an army.
Power coin!
that big man is not wearing that suit. It's wrong. But it's fine. It's all the same concept.
What is that?
Now this is an army.
It won't be when we're done, Jason!
It's morphin' time!
Unleash the power!
Tyrannosaurus!
Rangers forever! Defenders together! Destroy them! It's about to get wild!
Good chance to get like next up there. They actually did a pretty good job, compared to like the 90s.
You're finished! No chance, my lady! Robot vanquished!
running short on time real quick. You know, that's all the best moments, but we did want to take a moment to recognize all the actors and actresses that have passed in the last 30 years. Just a quick memoriam. Let me get the names, make sure I get them all correct here. I don't want to mess up anything. But of course, we got Twee, the Yellow Ranger, Robert Axelrod, Lord Zed. We have Machiko Soga for Rita, Richard Janelle for Ernie.
Yep.
We have Grant McFarlane, Sensei Kanoi, Watanabe, Ninja Storm,
and Lothor.
Yeah,
Play both.
Yeah, play
Yeah,
both. We got Bruce Allpress, Green, Elephant Spirit Ranger. We also have Petra Udana, White Mystic Force, and of course Pua Magasa, Shane, the Red Ranger, Ninja Storm. This here is.
This one kind of caught me off guard.
Yeah, I didn't know about this either, but Alistair Browning, Xeno Wing, Silver Dino Charge. And of course, most recently, Jason David Frank, Tommy Oliver, Green MMPR, White MMPR, Zeo Red, Red Turbo, Black Dino Thunder, and Mordred.
That was. I think that was one that kind of devastated everybody because I mean, you talk Power Rangers, that's the face. But yeah, that's it.
Well, that's the panel. I appreciate everybody coming out. You want to come take a picture of the front, like to capture the moment?
Yeah, real quick. Out of time.